Welcome to Watson's. Watson's was founded in 1899, so we are over 100 years old and actually one of the oldest working businesses in Orange County. Watson's was started by Keller Watson and then passed down to Keller Watson Jr. And then it went through a series of owners and originally was an old-fashioned pharmacy and diner. So Keller Watson was the pharmacist, and this actually what you're looking at here used to be the pharmacy. And so in this back area, we had like rows and rows and rows of shelving with all of the prescriptions.
So I was an employee at Watson's initially as a pharmacist, and at that time the people that owned the business liked me and they wanted to know if I wanted to buy into the business, become a 50% partner, so I did.
Watson's has been a part of my whole life. I grew up here, it's a second home for me, and it was a father-son business. Over 3 years ago, my dad has since left, and my grandpa has been left to run the restaurant side, but also work at Walgreens as a pharmacist, which is his trade.
I remember getting my diploma in my hand, and I thought, thank God I don't need to work in another restaurant for the rest of my life. Because I worked for Harmon's Cafe and Kentucky Fried Chicken in Salt Lake City, and I was just done with that type of work. So as it shows, you know, things kind of come back and bite you, and I end up owning a restaurant.
Watson's has actually grown and expanded since in my lifetime, and so now the pharmacy actually has been sold to Walgreens, in which case they came in and bought the pharmacy and my grandpa, so he is now working for them, and this got converted into our back offices. And this is actually our break room. So Orange High School is right around the corner and has been coming here for years. We have a group of gentlemen that come in from the class of, I don't know, 1950 something, and they come in every single Saturday. So it's a place for tradition. Actually, we used to have a whole wall of the famous people that would come in, and they would have that all over the wall. People love to see that. But for one reason or another, it's kind of fighting that like clutter versus making it professional. For the movie That Thing You Do, Tom Hanks wanted a scene where he had the band sitting around a corner. And so he actually had a booth made, that's that corner booth that would fit everyone around that table. People love sitting here at the counter with the ice cream, and they get to watch their malts be made like the old-fashioned way with the metal tin containers. And our most recent expansion for Watson's has been our new gift store, Watson's USA. And here, our biggest struggle was we can't fill it. We can't fill it. If you look around, we have empty shelves. And that might be in part because we wanted to stick with this local theme and this Watson's USA. And the reason it's named that is because we only sell products that are made in the United States. So after about 3 or 4 p.m., we don't have a night manager.
We have a waitress, Lily. She manages the schedules for the girls, the waitresses and things. As far as a real training thing, that's where we probably downfall. You know, we say, okay, follow me, and then this is it, and this is how you learn. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You know, we should have more of a formal training.
Things that I would really like to see, because I was a waitress here and did the sodas and the malts when I was in high school, is there is no training. You follow around our waitresses that we've had that have been here for a long time for a day. They say memorize the menu, and you're good to go. And that's a problem.
Okay, what's my duties? You know, is my job to carry the drinks out to the people? Is my job just to make the drinks, or the malts, or the sundaes, or the waitresses, you know, from side work to the cooks, you know, cleaning or doing things. So job description we don't really have. It'd be nice if they would make people feel welcome when they come into the store. Somebody walking around looking lost, they would say, hey, I'll be right with you, I'm really busy, but just be right there and I'm going to find you a table or whatever. Just acknowledge that they're there.
Been in business for what, over 100? Yeah, over 100 years, and you know, something's working right. So I mean, it's great.
It's such a staple in the community that I want to be the next generation to have it. And I want to do it justice. I want it to live on the way that it should, but I'm also fighting that generational difference. Simple things from our advertising. Our advertising needs to be done online and social media now, and not in the penny saver. One of the things that my grandpa and I do have in common and shares is the love for the tradition, for the comfort, for the uniqueness that Watson's has that you can't find at a Ruby's Diner and chains. But the way that we move forward and the way that we keep that tradition alive, I think, is different. But I can't do that on my own. And we're getting to the point where my grandpa is not going to be able to do that either. So I need your help, and I think that we would be perfect candidates for the Food Network to come in and breathe that life again into Watson's, help us adapt to the changing times, but keep our roots.